My dear students, welcome back. A very good morning to one and all. I hope you and everything is fine and safe around you. Please stay at home, save yourself, family, and society. In today's session, we will discuss about another important concept in the database management systems, that is data independence in DBMS. So, data independence. Before we are moving to the concepts, so far we have covered the concepts: data abstraction, file system versus DBMS, what are the advantages of DBMS, what is the history of DBMS. Already those things are covered. Today's session we will concentrate on data independence. So here some relation is between data abstraction and data independence. In the last class we had covered the concept data abstraction. That's why this is the data independence concept is very simpler, because here some relation between data abstraction and data independence. So already you are observed in this particular image. So in data abstraction, those are three levels are there. First one is the view level, second one is the conceptual level, finally physical level. So in this particular diagram I will show those three levels. So at the view level the users are there, at the conceptual level programmers, so data administrators are there, at the physical level database administrators are there. So here the only the physical level is directly communicating with the database. Here any the users are does not directly communicating with the data. So that's why the data independence concept is one of the main advantage and one of the property of DBMS. So in today's session we will cover what are the role of data independence, how to provide the security to the DBMS. Okay, so we will start with the definition. Actually already we have discussed this is one of the advantage of DBMS. It offers data independence. So data independence is defined as a property of DBMS. Why? It helps you to change the database schema at one level of a database system without requiring to change the schema at the next higher level. What are the levels here? Already we covered in the data abstraction: view level, conceptual level, and physical level. Suppose in conceptual level the programmers are there, the programmers doing any modifications in that time. Okay, so at that time there is no change at the time of view level. ఆ పర్టికులర్ టైంలో వ్యూ లెవెల్లో వాళ్ళకి ఎలాంటి చేంజెస్ ఏమి కనపడవు. సో యాక్చువల్లీ ద డేటా ఇండిపెండెన్స్ హెల్ప్స్ యూ టు చేంజ్ ద డేటాబేస్ స్కీమా at one level, does not depend. Okay, those are does not requiring to change the schema at the next higher level. So another definition of data independence is data should not directly interact with each other. So this is the main point here. One level of data is does not directly communicating with another level, does not depending on other level. Already we know the meaning of independence. Independence means does not depending on others. So here the data independence means one data is does not depending on other data. So here the user should be at a different level and the data should be present at some other level. Okay, so by doing so data independence can be achieved, because the data independence working on the data abstraction. So in data abstraction three levels are maintained: view level, conceptual level, physical level. So each and every level లో ఎవరి వర్కింగ్ వాళ్ళు చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్తారు. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద meaning of data independence also. What are the different types of data independence? Actually here we have two different types of data independence. Based on those data independence, the data abstraction is divided into three types. Already we know the information about those three levels. So logical data independence and physical data independence. That means you observe here the second one and third level also those names: logical data independence and physical data independence. Now we will go to the diagram. So already whatever we will mention in the middle, that means view 1, view 2, view level. So these are the view level. That means already this is information already we are covered in the data abstraction. So logical independence is working in between the conceptual level and view level, and the second data independence is physical data independence, that is working in between the physical level and conceptual level. Okay, so here the physical level is directly communicating with the database, view level does not directly communicating with the database, conceptual level is also does not directly communicating with the database. Okay, so here the logical data independence working in between the view level and conceptual level, physical data independence is in between conceptual and physical level. Now we will discuss about what is the role of logical data independence. After that we will cover the physical data independence. Actually the logical data independence is in between the view level and conceptual level. Okay, it defines able to change the conceptual schema without having to change the external schema. Already that is the definition of data independence. Here the what the definition tells. So here కాన్సెప్చువల్ లెవెల్లో ఏమైనా చేంజెస్ చేస్తే వితౌట్ హ్యావింగ్ టు చేంజ్ ద external schema. Okay, so here the external schema means view level. Okay, so able to change the conceptual schema without having to change the view level. Okay, so another point is actually it is used to separate the external from the conceptual. Already we saw the logical data dependencies in between conceptual level and view level. So actually why we are using the logical data independence, it is used to separate the conceptual level and view level. If we do any changes in the conceptual, okay, conceptual level means middle level, then the user view of the data would not be affected. Okay, at the time of changes the view level is does not affect. So actually the logical data independence and physical data independence are the interfaces. Interface means communicating. For communicating point of view we are using the interfaces. So logical data independence occurs at the user interface level. Here the user interface level means view level. Logical data independence occurs at the view level interface. Okay, so next physical data independence. Actually it is in between the conceptual level and physical level. Actually the capacity to change the internal schema means last level, physical level, without having to change the conceptual schema. So here at physical level the database administrators are available, those are directly communicating with the databases. So in this point of view they do any changes but does not affect on the conceptual level. Okay, so if we do any changes in the storage size of the database system server, then the conceptual structure of data will not be affected. Okay, so ఒక చేంజ్లో ఒక లెవెల్లో ఏమైనా మోడిఫికేషన్స్ జరుగుతున్నా, ఏమైనా చేంజెస్ జరుగుతున్నా డస్ నాట్ ఎఫెక్ట్ ఆన్ ద ఎనదర్ లెవెల్. దట్ ఈస్ ద అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఆఫ్ DBMS. దట్ ఈస్ ద అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఆఫ్ డేటా ఇండిపెండెన్స్ ఇన్ DBMS. So physical data independence is used to separate, already we know this point. So this is in between the conceptual level and view level. So this is also one of the interface where the interface is available, logical interface, that means conceptual. So physical data independence occurs at the logical interface level. What is the importance of data independence? Why we are using the data independence in DBMS? It helps you to improve the quality of the data database system maintains, becomes affordable, enforcement of standards and improvement in database security. You don't need to alter data structure in application programs. Database, actually these are the importance of data independence. So these importance, these priorities definitely want the database management system. So that's why this is one of the main advantage of DBMS. Coming to the example, here I will consider one small example related to the college database. So already we know at the time of data abstraction we already discussed about in which level they are working. Okay, view level the users are working, in conceptual level programmers and database administrators are working, in physical level database administrators are working. Actually, in the conceptual level, why in that the programmers are what doing. So here the structure is identified, what are the tables we are maintained. Suppose we will consider the student table, in what fields we are considered. We will consider the courses table, what are the fields we want. Mm, those things are decided by programmers or database administrators. So here we will consider the HTML schema. In this, how to implement the HTML schema with the help of viewers. So here I will consider course information related and student information. Suppose at the time of registration, either Gmail or Facebook, we are entered lot of fields, but at the time of login we will use username and password only. Here also users point of view lo evem kanapadtayi. Suppose we will consider the course information. In that the user shows course ID and course name. Student, in the student information they will show student ID and student name. Coming to the conceptual schema, in the conceptual level the programmers decide పర్టికులర్ స్టూడెంట్ టేబుల్లో ఎలాంటి ఫీల్డ్స్ మెయింటైన్ చేయాలి, ఫ్యాకల్టీ టేబుల్లో ఎలాంటి ఫీల్డ్స్ మెయింటైన్ చేయాలి, కోర్సెస్ ఫీల్డ్లో ఎలాంటి ఫీల్డ్స్ మెయింటైన్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, సో దట్స్ వై ఇన్ దిస్ కాన్సెప్చువల్ లెవెల్ ఆల్ ద ఫీల్డ్స్ ఆర్ ఇంక్లూడెడ్. సో స్టూడెంట్స్ టేబుల్ ఇట్ మెయింటైన్స్ ఐడి, నేమ్, login, age. In courses field includes ID, course name, credits. Okay, those things. At physical level, what happened? Actually, in the physical level, the database administrators are there. They will decide for which database we will communicate and ఏ డేటాబేస్తో కమ్యూనికేట్ అవ్వాలి అనేది డిసైడ్ అవుతుంది. ఇన్ దిస్ పర్టికులర్ ద ఇంప్లిమెంటేషన్ ఈజ్ రిలేషన్ స్టోర్డ్ యాజ్ అన్ఆర్డర్డ్ ఫైల్స్. పర్టికులర్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అనేది ఆర్డర్లో స్టోర్ చేయాలా, అన్ఆర్డర్లో స్టోర్ చేయాలా, ఇమేజ్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలో స్ట్రక్చర్స్ మెయింటైన్ చేయాలా, గ్రాఫ్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలో ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ స్టోర్ చేయాలా, ఆర్ టేబుల్స్ ఫార్మాట్లో స్టోర్ చేయాలా. సో హియర్ దే విల్ డిసైడ్. What are the difference between physical and logical data independence? So the logical data independence is in between view level and conceptual level. Physical data independence is in between conceptual level and physical level. Okay, so logical data independent is mainly concerned with the structure or changing the data definition. In this physical data independence mainly concerned with the storage of the data. Coming to the second point, it is difficult. Yes, the retrieving of data is mainly depending on the logical structure of the data. In the physical data independence, it is easy to retrieve. Compared to logical physical data independence, it is difficult to achieve logical data independence. So here coming to the physical data independence compared to logical independence, it is easy to achieve physical data independence. You need to make changes in the application program if new fields are added or deleted from the database. Coming to the right side, a change in the physical level usually does not need change at the application program level. Modification at the logical levels is significant whenever the logical structure of the database are changed. Modifications made at the internal levels may or may not be needed to improve the performance of the structure. It concerned with the conceptual schema, it concerned with the internal schema. That's why the name is physical data independence. Actually, the logical data independence is concerned with the conceptual schema, also called as logical schema. That's why that name is logical data independence. The examples of logical data independence is add, modify, delete a new attribute. Coming to the right side, change in comprehension techniques, hashing algorithms, storage devices, etc. So this is the information about logical data independence and physical data independence. Actually, these two are the different types of data independence. Thank you very much for your patience. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.